Express. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you woke up giving gratitude this morning. And I hope you had a good night rest last night. We're going to go ahead and tap into this energy here. Control your destiny here, okay? So we're going to pull in some energy here, get our devotion, our angel number, and then we're going to get into the message here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back here, beloveds. It's kind of a gloomy day today. All right, so our angel number this morning is 479. Angel guidance is encouraging you to unleash your inner teacher in order to realign yourself with your highest good here. It's all about you aligning yourself to your highest good here, okay? Today is the 6th. All right, our devotion reads, it says, He humbled you, causing you to hunger, and then feeding you with manna, which neither you nor your ancestors had known, to teach you that people do not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of the Lord. Deuteronomy 8:3. It says, Faith step. Are you struggling with something right now? Take the time to read more of God's word and find substance, comfort, and fulfillment there. Eat the bread of heaven and find a new way to cling to Jesus here. All right. All right, so I have some information here. Signs that someone is trying to control your destiny here, okay? The first one is manipulative behavior. They frequently use guilt, fear, or emotional manipulation to influence your decisions here. The second one is overstepping boundaries. They disregard your personal boundaries and make decisions for you without your consent. The third one is isolation. They may try to isolate you from friends and family, limiting your support network and make you more reliant on them. Number 4, we got excessive criticism. They constantly undermine your confidence by criticizing your choices, making you doubt your judgment. Number 5, constant monitoring you here. They keep a close watch on your activities, watching to know where you are and who you're with, which can indicate a lack of trust here. Number 6, discouraging independence. They discourage you from pursuing your interests or goals, pushing you to follow their path instead. Number 7, making you feel obligated. They may create a sense of obligation, suggesting that you owe them something for their support or guidance. Number 8, offering unsolicited advice. They frequently give you advice that feels more like orders, insisting that you follow their suggestions. Number 9, emotional reaction. They react strongly or negatively when you make choices that don't align with their desire. And last but not least, we got subtle gaslighting. They may twist your perception of reality, making you feel uncertain about your thoughts and beliefs. If you notice these signs, it may be important to evaluate the relationships and considering establishing clear boundaries here, all right? I just read 10 ways that you can definitely pick up and notice if someone is trying to control your destiny here. You didn't come here for people to control your destiny. You came to control your own destiny. All right. So let's see what Spirit wants us to know at this time here. You guys could be connecting with divine masters at this time here. Tell me more about this energy here, Divine Spirit. What is this message here for this collective, those that may come across this video? What do they need to know on this Saturday here? What does the Divine Masters want us to know at this time here? All right, we got Kali Ma coming out. Divine Severance. It says, cut the cords to drama, fear, and limitations here. So you guys are being guided to cut the cords to drama, fear, and limitations here, okay? Whether that's you putting it on yourself or this is projection. You got to take what resonate. These messages are very general here, okay? So we got Kali Ma showing up here. All right, so we got spiritual force field. Protective light is surrounding you. You are safe here. So even though you're cutting these cords here with drama, fear, and limitations, you have a lot of protective light that's surrounding you at this time where you're safe to do this here. All right, wow, we got Isis here, reclaiming magic, calling back your power in what is rightfully yours here. So whoever you are, you're calling back your power, what's rightfully yours at the end of the day here, okay? Can I get 3 more? Yeah, we have clairvoyance activated. So you may notice that you have the clears here, psychic awareness, sensitivity, trust your intuition here. As you're cutting these cords of drama, fear, and limitation, you're trusting your intuition on doing this here. You could be realizing that you're around a bunch of people that want to control your destiny here. And it's not meant for them to control it. It's meant for you to control it. Okay? Yeah, we got Maya here. Divine intervention. Absolutely. Weigh up your options. Choose the highest good. You're being guided to choose the highest good here. The scales are balancing out. Whoever you are, your heart is light as a feather here. Okay? Wow. And we have here, gifted one. Exactly. Whoever you are, you're gifted. Revealing hidden talents, opportunities to shine. With Isis being here, you reclaiming your power, calling back your power, and what is rightfully yours are creating opportunities for you to shine here. Revealing hidden talents here, tapping into talents that maybe you didn't know you even had here. Yeah, we got sacred connection, synchronicities, divine connection, and understanding the lessons here. You may be learning the lessons, understanding the lessons, why you had to encounter certain things on your journey here. We got Horus here, manifestation vortex. Believe makes manifest. Thoughts attract and create. So you're realizing that, you got to be mindful with what you're thinking or how you're thinking about yourself here. We got the Holy Union here. Soulmate connection, romantic opportunities are coming in for you here. Somebody that's definitely going to connect with you that's on the same wave as you here. This is a part of your destiny here. You had energies that wanted to control that part of your destiny, and it's a no. Whoever you are, we got expanded heart here. Openness, liberation, let yourself love and be loved here. You're realizing that it's okay to let yourself be loved and to be loved or give love here. Because karma is now being released here. The end of a cycle, debts are paid, choose your destiny, okay? So you got energies that want to control your destiny, your destiny here, but it's not meant for them to control it. It's meant for you to control your destiny, okay? The end of a cycle is approaching. Debts are paid. Karmic debts are paid here. You're now choosing your destiny. What am I here to do? What am I supposed to be doing, Spirit? We got prosperity and vibration, okay? You are attracting health, wealth, and happiness here. Elephants could be very significant here. I know I got one that's in my bathroom. And I like to wear my bracelet here that got my elephants on it. Tell me more about this energy here, Divine Spirit. Yeah, we got Ishtar, inner learning. Follow your heart, truth will be revealed. As you follow your heart, truth will be revealed to you here, okay? We got Kuan Yin here, enlightened action. Choose compassion, move forward with grace. When you wake up in the morning, grace is renewed, beloved. It's renewed every day. Grace and mercy will truly follow you all the days of your life here. We got divine mission. You guys are realizing you truly have a divine mission here. Enlightened action. Make choices from the heart. Whatever you got going on here, whatever decisions you're needing to make here, you're needing to make decisions from your heart space here, not your mind, if that makes any sense here. We got mystical knowing. Whoever you are, you have this mystical knowing here, breaking boundaries, personal experience, okay, of God here. A lot of you guys are now having your own personal encounters with the divine here. It's like, at first it was like, oh, I heard that story. Oh, I heard about that. But now it's like you have had experience where you can be like, oh, okay, I know God is a provider. Oh, okay, I was sick. I know he's a healer. You know, my mind was out of control. I know he's a mind regulator. It's like now you have your own personal testimony about what the divine has done for you in your life, and how you're being guided to control your own destiny here. You're not meant for people to come in and manipulate your destiny, try to tell you you're supposed to go this way. No, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to do it this way. The devil is a liar, okay? It's all about power and control. It makes me think about churches and politics, you know. I was reading on Mary Magdalene. I'm getting ahead of myself. But I was reading on her and how she was the first one when Jesus resurrected. She was the first one to view him after the resurrection here. But they kind of removed her from the 66 books here. They only presented her as, you know, a prostitute, the alabaster box. Someone that, you know, was not a leader. You understand? The way they presented it, it's like, oh, she's not a leader. But she was the leader at the end of the day. Jesus spent a lot of time with her. He told her things that he didn't tell the other 12 disciples at the end of the day. And that definitely could be true, because when he went on the mountain of transfiguration, he only took 3 of the disciples, because at the end of the day, I mean, you could have learned on your journey certain situations, certain information you can only share with certain people, because some people would view you as, say, like, for an example, you had to give up your home and you had to go through whatever you needed to go through. A lot of people would have been like, oh, I wouldn't have gave up my home. Oh, you know, I would have did this and I would have did that. But it's always different when you're in that particular situation. You can talk to another person, and at the end of the day, it's like they could be like, wow, that was a blessing in disguise. You know, God was, you know, shutting that door for you because he saw what was going on down the pipeline so that you can get into alignment with what he really wants for you, whatever's pretty much in your budget. You're not out here living beyond your means and going broke and trying to be flashy or flexing in front of people or for people that don't even care about you. You see where I'm going with this here? Okay. Whoever you are, we got this healing light, wellness unfolding. Know that healing is a journey. It's a journey, babe. We are on a journey here. It's like you're not going to be on the mountaintop every day, and you're not going to be in the valley every day. You understand? We got this light being activated here. You have to go through the darkness in order to get to the light. And once you get to the light, you gain dominion over the darkness here. I hope I'm making sense here. We got acceleration, brilliance, stand in your light. Whoever you are, you're very brilliant here. You're being guided to stand in your light for you to control your destiny, not to allow individuals to control your destiny. That's not their duty. We got Gaia here. Mother Gaia is on deck here. Resilient spirit, earth connection, stay rooted in truth and faith here. You guys are being guided to stay true to what? The truth and your faith here. We got overcoming limitations, taking the limits off of yourself, not in allowing people to put limits on you, telling you what you can and cannot do, okay? It's all about power, okay? Back to Mary Magdalene. It's like, okay, so now when you look at the church, a lot of these churches look down on feminine energies, you know what I'm saying, having power or having a relationship with the divine here. But that's not how he created it to be. It was all about money, fame, and power at the end of the day. It's like the Rome's, they seen certain things that they didn't like in the scrolls. They like, nah, don't put that in. That's going to confuse the people at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Nah, they supposed to do this. They got to follow these rules. That's not how it's supposed to be. We got overcoming limitations, Lady Porta. Karmic release, let go of the need to be right. A lot of these people with these different churches, I feel like that's why we got so many different denominations. We got the Pentecostal, we got the Muslims, we got, Presbyterian, we got the Catholic energy. You see what I'm saying here? It's like everybody feel like they got the truth and you got to do it my way or the highway type energy. And that's not how the divine created it to be at the end of the day here. We got miraculous encounter, Mother Mary here. Divine experience, do not be afraid of being powerful here. The enemy want us to be afraid as women to be powerful out here. But it was a lot of powerful prophetess, divine feminine energies that the Most High used to fulfill the plan here. And whoever you are, you're one of them. You're on the come up, okay? You are part of this generation here. He said that this generation is not going to pass at the end of the day. You're being called to step into your divinity and not allow energies to control your destiny. We got divine experience. Do not be afraid of being powerful here. Also, your throat chakra here. We got divine knowledge here. Come on now, Melchizedek. Higher learning, commit to your vision through your studies. It's like whatever vision that you have, beloved, the divine didn't give you this vision to the other people. He gave it to you. He gave it to you because he knew that you were going to be able to execute it here. You're on the rise. You're a part of this next remnant that is definitely connecting the old with the young here. You understand? We are here to bridge the gap. It's like the old, they know the way, but the youth, we have the type of energy, you get what I'm saying, to get the job done, if that makes any sense here. Wow, Spirit. We got divine magic here. The teacher awakens, the student becomes the master. At one point in time on your journey, you were the student. Not saying you're not still the student, but you have mastered certain levels, if I can put it that way, where now you're the master here. You were the student and now you're becoming the master. And what does a master do? They teach others. You're now becoming this great teacher in your lifetime here. Wow. We got Thor. We got cosmic power, unlimited potential, sacred mission is being initiated here. Whoever you are here, okay, with this cosmic power, you're now tapping into this power. You're realizing, okay, wow, I'm meant to control my destiny. When you think back over your life and things that you have encountered, yeah, God may have sent different energies to get you through at the end of the day, but you notice that it was you that did the work. You had to go within so that you would not go without. Unlimited potential. You stop putting the limits on yourself here. They say, oh, women can't do that. That's a man's job. Or women can't wear the pants. That's what the man. No, that we're supposed to be together, okay? Equally yoked here. And that goes for power as well. Wow, Spirit, okay. So we got heightening awareness. You guys are realizing that your awareness is being heightened. We got Buddha here. Make peace with your thoughts and your worlds here. You're no longer allowing this conflict magic to control your thoughts that these energies want to continue to send you, because they're trying to control your destiny. They're trying to make it seem like what you're being guided to do, what you're being guided to say, you're not supposed to be saying that, and you are, because the Holy Spirit is prompting you to speak it, to say it. He's giving you the downloads here. The information that you are obtaining, it's like you're not getting it really from any type of book. It's like the divine is guiding you and he's giving you the downloads here. Whoever you are, you're realizing you have this inner fire that cannot be quenched here. You got people calling the fire department on you. You have people calling the fire department on you, trying to put your fire out, the fire that you are obtaining or that has been ignited within you for the divine here. We got let your passion lead you to your purpose here. There it is. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Whoever you are here, you're letting your passion lead you to your purpose here. We got sacred vessel. God has set you apart here, beloved. That's why you don't fit in with everybody. That's why, you're different from everybody. That's why you're being bullied. That's why you're being picked on at the end of the day, because whoever you are, you're very unique. There's no one else like you. Nobody else has your DNA. You are being set aside as a sacred vessel. You will notice the people that only want to bring up your past. They never want to talk about what you're doing now. They always want to talk about, oh, you remember when? And that's in the past here. Whoever you are, you don't live in the past. You live in the now. You are the answer. You're realizing that you are the answer here. Be guided to your purpose. Mary Magdalene energy. You're being guided to your purpose here. Whoever you are, you're being guided to your purpose here. Your purpose may not look like what your granny had. It may not look like what your mama and your daddy was doing. It may not even look like what your siblings are doing here. That's what I'm getting here. Wow, Spirit. Tell me more here. All right, so we have Mary Magdalene energy here. That's who I was just talking about. Confirmation for me here. I just seen her. Where'd she go? Okay, this book is alphabetical. Good. They did it the right way. There we go. You are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. Mary Magdalene, or Mary, was one of the original followers of Jesus Christ. It has been recorded that she had the first vision of the risen Christ when she went to his tomb on Easter morning. And it was through this vision that he revealed to her his sacred teaching and initiated her as a teacher. She was the apostles, okay, to the apostles. And it is therefore through her that a pivotal aspect of the original teaching of Christ has reached the world. Mary was highly sensitive, clairvoyant, and it has been speculated that she was the partner, wife, divine courtship of Jesus. If Jesus was the vehicle for Christ's energy, Mary was the vehicle for the Magdalene, a powerful feminine force that renders all beings equal and helps the world see that the voice of the feminine are not only important, but the sacred force that can save the world from ruin. And this makes me think about, man, this is why they don't really want women to be the president, to run the country. They know we're going to do a good ass job. They know that we're going to be at peace, okay? It's like, even if we got war going on, we're going to be able to come up with the solutions to take care of the problems. You see what I'm saying? In the U.S., there wouldn't be a lot of homeless people because we would make sure they have a place to go, or they seek the help or get the help that they need. It's that type of energy. The world would not be in ruin. But this is why we're being called, and I'm feeling my help now. This is why we're being called, because we're creating the new earth here. All of this gang banging and trolling and I want to control your destiny, and I'm going to stop you at all costs, and I'm going to copycat and duplicate you. And that's why the divine is raising us up, beloved, so that we can stand our ground and speak our truth and let people know that the feminine voice is not only important, but the sacred force here that can save the world from ruin here. Well, this world is already ruined. So this is why the divine is raising up a whole new group of individuals here. The remnant, I keep hearing, the chosen ones I'm hearing, so that we can create this new earth here. Because we still got our children, y'all. We still got our grandchildren here. Your message, it says you are the answer you seek. You hold the treasure, the magic, and the mystery. Right now, you are being encouraged to recognize that you are a valuable part of the universal's plan. You're a part of the plan. If you're on my platform this morning, you were guided here. You may have came with some type of other intention, but I guarantee you're going to get what you need at the end of the day. I guarantee you whatever weapon you were going to form, it's not going to prosper here. Okay? Because whoever sent you over here, God is looking at your heart, beloved, at the end of the day. You really don't hate me. It's nothing to hate about me. Okay? You really don't hate me at the end of the day. It's nothing to hate about me. But because you don't understand and you can't comprehend this type of knowledge, you feel like you need to attack it. And that's when my spirit team got to step in and say, whoa, 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 back up. The divine feminine energy is not only important, but it's a sacred force here. Now you tapping into what the divine is wanting to take place here. You got to be casted away or cast down here. Wow, okay. If you have a strong desire to share what you have learned, it's time to do so. This can be scary and sometimes overwhelming, because putting yourself out there can leave you open to scrutiny, okay? A lot of people want to have this scrutiny towards us. It's like, okay, babe, if you don't get it, you don't understand it, you don't believe it, move around. Why are you trying to tear down something that's destined to take place, that has already been written in the cosmos here? You can't stop the lunar eclipse from happening. You can't stop that tornado from coming through your country, your city. You can't stop that mudslide that's happening. You cannot stop it. You don't have the power to do that. But if you are comfortable with your gifts and teaching, you hold a sacred energy. This is why you can't be around everybody. This is why you can't do what everybody do. You like, well, Spirit, they over there fornicating, Spirit, they over there laying up. They over there robbing and scheming and stealing and all this kind of stuff. But whenever you try to do it, you get convicted. You're like, you know what? Let me just do what's best at the end of the day. Because I love my peace. I love my joy. And I love my power that divine has instilled within me. You get what I'm saying? You're like, nah, I'd rather just be over here and be, you know, consecrated to the divine, while these other fools think that they're getting away with stuff here. I'm hearing, be not wary of evildoers, because they will be cut down in due time here. Just watch. You watching these people in the Hollywood energy. You're seeing these people get cast down. They have more than you. They have more riches than you. Now these energies are hitting rock bottom. They're going from riches literally to rags here. Why? Because they did not put the divine first. They may have started that way, but soon as they made it on top, they forgot about who God was. They started to tap into other energies that they were not really guided to do, but to keep this fame and this fortune and this power, they felt like, you know, let me just tap into it. Ain't no harm. It ain't no harm me tapping into that energy. And they're seeing that them tapping into whatever energy that was not sacred got them casted down here. Receiving karma, having public humiliation. I don't know what this is here, so you got to take what resonate. I'm just a messenger. But if you are comfortable with sharing your gifts and teaching, you hold a sacred energy that allows others to see you clearly. People now see you clearly, collective. People can no longer say, oh, you're the Jezebel spirit, you're this, you're that, you're this dark witch, and da-da-da-da. No, you're not at the end of the day here. I just don't feel like your aura will be shining as bright as it is if you were really tapping into low vibrational energies, dark energies here to get this light that you are obtaining. No, you went through the darkness to get to the light. And now that you're in this light, you're able to go back and forth into this dominion here of light and dark. You learn the duality here. The light of the Mary Magdalene is surrounding you now and encouraging you to recognize that the healing you have experienced is actually what you are here to teach. Take some time to reflect on what you have overcome and see that this experience can help many. If you was in a bad, abusive relationship and you were able to get out, tell your story. If you were married to a narcissist and you were able to overcome that, tell your story. If you had cancer and you were healed, confirmation, you was healed from it, tell your story. If you was losing your mind or you had a stroke out here or a mental breakdown, tell your story how the divine touched you and healed you. It was not that medication. It was not man that did it. God could have used it as a vessel, but it was the divine himself that sent that healing power for you to heal your broken heart, for you to regulate your mind. Take some time to reflect on what you have overcome and see that this experience can help many. Your personal testimony can move others, even mountains. Lean on your creator and know that you are being called to be a vessel for the sacred here. All right? We ain't like them and they not like us. We're being set apart for a reason and for a purpose here. Wow. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So let's keep going here. We got divine severance here, spiritual force field, reclaiming your magic, clairvoyance activated, Holy Spirit activate. We got divine intervention, and you are the gifted one here. We got Mary Magdalene, the sacred vessel. Can't nobody say God didn't deliver you from that. He didn't do that for you. You know who did it for you. You know when you called them people for help or assistance, they gave you their tail to kiss. They try to walk all over you. You know when you gave your all to that relationship, how it ended up blowing up in your face and how you got the bad end of the stick and how you were broken to no return. But God saw your heart and he came in and he swooped it and he healed it. God is close to the brokenhearted at the end of the day here. Can't nobody say that he didn't do that for you. Can't nobody say that God didn't give me HEALING2EXPRESS LLC at the end of the day. Can't nobody tell me that God is not calling me to a higher standard here at the end of the day. Can't nobody tell me that. I can look over my life and tell how things panned out on my journey. I know God is calling me at the end of the day. And I'm going to be that one that answer the call. It's a road less traveled. It's a road less traveled. Everybody want to keep up with the Joneses. I don't. And there's many of other people such as myself that don't care about that stuff. 3D stuff. Looking good for who cares? Other people's opinion. I don't care. You don't agree? Good. I didn't come for you to agree with me. It's that type of energy. Wow, Spirit. Look at Kali Ma. She like, Kali Ma like, Oh, you thought you was going to control my destiny, huh? Eh? Okay, Abby, you thought you was going to control my destiny here. Yeah, the resurrection came through here. The ego dies and the soul rises. The resurrection is in this life here. Whoever you are, you're resurrecting from the dead here. I'm hearing God speaking to those dry bones here. Those dreams and goals that you had people that was trying to control your destiny, they had you to put it on the back burner here. You're going through this resurrection at this time here. The ego dies and the soul rises here. It's all about your soul, babe. Yeah, the eye of the heart. We contain the treasure. For where is now is the treasure here. Positive light is surrounding you. You are safe here. It's like some of you guys, the eye of your heart is open here. That is wild. It contains the treasures here. That's why I feel like it says God looks at the heart and man looks at the outer appearance here. Wow. Tell me more here. Yeah, we got soul work. I am in service of love here. Whoever you are, you're in service of love here. Whoever you are, you love to love out here. You love to love. It's a beautiful feeling. And you got energies out here that love to hate. They like that energy. That's not our portion. We're called to recognize it for what it was. And another thing about Mary Magdalene, when she went to the apostles, the Peter, the disciples, and she was telling them about, hey, I seen Jesus, he out here, he in these streets here. And they were like, what? Why would he go to Mary Magdalene and not come to us? It wasn't about him going to her. I mean, it was about her being a woman and God sharing and revealing certain things to her. But he knew within the masculine energy, because he created the masculine, he already knew that it was all about their ego. Is this resonating with anybody? Can I get some red hearts here? Are you on the same page with me? Or is this resonating in any type of way here? So Peter was upset that Mary Magdalene knew what was going on. He felt some type of way. And she had to check Peter like, man, watch out. What you trying to say? That we not supposed to speak? God ain't supposed to come to us and give us revelation? Man, you better get in check, honey, because the king is here. The king has risen. He's not dead at the end of the day. They was like, wait a minute. This feminine energy coming to us, speaking that truth. I noticed even when I was in the church house, I would notice that divine would guide me to like masculine energies. And I remember the preacher of the church was like praying for the individual. And in the Pentecostal church, I liked it because your gifts are activated and you're able to operate in your gifts, but you always going to have the devil somewhere lurking to try to shut it down. And I remember God would guide me. I would get into this tongue, and it's like a different type of tongues I would begin to speak. And so I would just be led by the Spirit, because I fasted a lot when I first got into spirituality. I fasted 40 days and 40 nights before. Okay, in the beginning, let's talk about it. In the beginning, because I was hungry, I was thirsty, I was chasing after the Most High. And I remember my oldest son, sister, she was saying, what are you searching for? What are you seeking for? She was like, honey, if you keep that up, she was like, God got a great purpose for you at the end of the day. And I never knew what that really meant. I just knew I had this desire to go after the things of the Most High. I was in the world, but I didn't fit in. You understand? I knew I did not fit in. So I would have to dummy down in order to fit in with everybody else. And I got tired of doing that. So I remember certain things of why in the beginning of my spirituality, I was going so hard. I was going to a mentor, one of the elders of the church. I would talk to her and she would tell me certain things and give me downloads and things of that nature. It was valuable information. She even wrote a book. She was the one that told me to read the book about hell. It's a book they got out about hell. How this one lady went down to hell and she talked about the different parts and the departments and how the preacher's gonna be up in there. They got a certain level for them, the liars and everybody else, the perverted people that like children, and everybody got their certain part. And how she was talking to certain ones while they were in hell, and how she was seeing like the smell was really stinky, and how she seen them being burned over and over and over again, and how the demons were laughing at these energies that was blaspheming against the Most High. So it's like, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. This is 20 plus years of my journey. It's been on this path here. Have I always did everything right? Absolutely not. But I had a conviction within me. God be like, nah, you don't need to be doing, nah, that's not you. You can't do that. It's like, oh, why? They getting away with it. They getting away with it. Don't worry about them. They ain't really getting away with nothing. Because everybody has to give an account of the energy that they've been dishing out. So back to that, when I was going through the church, at my Pentecostal church, it was like he led me to this one guy. And I remember like previous those Sundays, the pastor prayed for him, ain't nothing happened. So I remember going and just speaking whatever God told me to speak to him at that time. And I'm telling you, this grown man broke down crying, and he received the gift of the Holy Spirit that particular day. He began to speak in another tongues, and I didn't even do anything but said what God told me to say, lay hands on his belly. Okay, I did that, whatever yoke that was going on, whatever binds, whatever hex, whatever curse, whatever generational thing that was keeping him stuck and stagnated, it broke instantly. Was it anything that I was doing? No, I was just being a vessel for the divine. And don't you know that preacher got upset with me? He felt like I was showing him up in his own church. He felt like I was showing him up in his own church. I wasn't showing nothing up. It was just an example that, honey, we can do the same thing that you're doing. God has called us as well. He was pissed off. I was like, Bishop, what's going on, Bishop? Bishop had a problem. He felt like I was showing him up in his own church. That's another thing I noticed when I go to these churches. It's like God reveals things to me about these preachers. I don't be going to look for what they're doing behind the scene. I don't go for that. I go to fellowship with people that's like-minded, you understand? But it always leads to me seeing things that I don't want to see. And the divine would be like, nah, this ain't it. You learned the information that you needed to learn from this location. Now it's time for you to move on your journey here. It's not meant for everybody to be in the church house. God said he has sheep not of this fold here. So at the end of the day, it's about you having your own personal relationship with the divine, beloved. It's not about somebody else's relationship with him. It's about you having a relationship with him. Wow. I don't know what's going on here. You guys are activating, ascension. You guys are activating this clairvoyance energy here. Psychic awareness here. You don't know how you know certain things, but you know. And then God would definitely send you confirmation to let you know. Like I know on my platform, I know it's a specific preacher that watches me. And they make it seem like they don't watch me, but I pay attention. It was something that they did, and I was like, that's who it is. And Spirit said, confirmation. Yeah, they watch you. And this is a preacher that got over 30,000 goddamn members out here. Got like 5 locations out here. Doing it big out here. Buying up the whole block. But they're watching my platform for whatever reason, obtaining the downloads and adding it into their sermon. Whoever you are ascending here. Father, okay, further up is further in. You guys are going deeper now. You guys are going deeper now. Darkness makes vision powerful. Wow, the first power. Divine intervention is here. You guys' heart chakra is lit up here. Darkness makes vision possible. I'm telling you, you got to go through the darkness in order to reach the light here. And I always notice too, like with the first ladies at the church, it's like they can't say nothing. Because I used to read a lot of fiction books about the churches. I don't know why. And it would be like the preacher's wives, and they would tell, like, it's all about power. It's like, if you notice, some of the divine feminines that are first ladies connected to these preachers as their husband, it's like they're more powerful than the goddamn preacher. But they don't get to say too much. They just got to sit on that front pew and be pretty and amen and okay and stand up. And you know what I'm saying? They got a little routine they got to do. It's like they got to stay in order. I don't know who I'm talking to here. I don't know if you ever noticed that. But what I liked about Obama and his wife, First Lady Michelle, like, they would get out and do what you need to do. Like, they would get out into the community. Obama didn't say, hey, Michelle, you need to stay at the house. You can't, where you think you going? Nah, they were a team. They were working together. She would have her show-ups. He would have his show-ups. You get what I'm saying? I don't know where we going with this. But I'm getting these downloads here. You got to take it, eat the meat, spit out the bones. Here we got true love showing up here. All exists through love here. All exists through true love here. God truly loves us, beloved. He knows the plans that he has for us, and his plans for us to prosper here, not of evil, not for us to be failing, always struggling, always going through it. Yeah, we gonna have our trials and tribulations, but it should be some time in your life where you get a break. You get some type of commercial break where you're able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You're able to enjoy the peace, the happiness. You're able to enjoy your journey. It shouldn't always be every day you wake up. We get it. It's going to be a battle, but God, give me a break here. Love knows only mercy here. I like how this Christ look here. I like how this Christ look here. Yeah, interesting. It makes sense now why I had to travel to Nigeria. It's like, yeah, I was going for one reason, but I feel like when I went, it was an activation that took place here. I feel like that's why it felt so much like home there. Like, I felt like I was at home, like, literally. And it was talking about how, how Jesus went to the Ethiopians, okay? How, it was an 18-year period where they didn't hear nothing from him. And he was over there getting the downloads. He was over there getting the downloads. And in the Bible, it does talk about a little bit about Ethiopia, but not much. But they are the ones that pretty much hold the sacred information. Wow, Spirit. Yeah, look, surrender. I am in good hands. Gifted one. You are being guided to surrender to the divine here, beloved. You are in good hands. Your destiny is in good hands here. Your destiny is not in good hands with these other people. Have you noticed you allow other people, you dimmed your light, you dummy down, and you let them take the reins, you let them drive your boat, and what did you end up in? A shipwreck. You're realizing when you allow the divine to take the reins, you don't end up in shipwreck. We got the fourth power. I am beloved here. Whoever you are beloved here. Beloved. The good, I am inherently good. You inherited this energy to be good out here. We got the sixth power. The body never lies. And we got the egg. Everything comes from within. The rose, I trust divine timing. Everything comes from within. You're realizing that everything comes from within. That's why you got to go within so you don't go without. All right? I appreciate this reading here. I hope you guys are getting this information here. I hope it's making sense to you guys here. All right, tell me more here, Divine Spirit. Okay, before we go there, let's do these. Tell me about this resurrection here. The ego dies and the soul rises here. This is what separates you from your ops here. Yeah, the 4 feathers. Elijah retreats into silence. After the earthquake came a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire came a gentle whisper here. Feathers could be very significant here. Sometimes you have to go into isolation so you can get the downloads, because a lot of time it's a lot of noise from the outside. Yeah, the Empress is here. Whoever you are with the 6 of grain here, you're very generous here. You will give your last here. The eye of the heart, we contain the treasure. You have the treasure here. That's why your heart has been crowned here. You hold the treasure. You hold the key. I've been talking about it for a long time now. And now everybody's talking about it. But you know how it go on this platform. The soul work. I am in service of love here. Yeah. We got the 3 of candles here. A call of Abraham. God is calling you guys. The Lord has said to Abraham, go from your country, your people, and your father's house to the land I will show you. A lot of you guys had to relocate here and go to the land where the divine was showing you. That was kind of like your milk and honey. Some of you guys had to relocate to another state, you know what I'm saying? Another town. So you can go where you know it's going to be very abundant. Wherever you're going or wherever you're at, you're going to bloom where you've been planted. The soul work. You are doing soul work here. We got ascension. You got a lot of people that's jealous of you. Not just your family. You got your goddamn neighbors that don't even know you. You just moved in. You just moved into the neighborhood and they already looking at you, evil eyeing you. Yeah. 5 of candles. Joseph and his jealous brothers. You had a lot of people in your family that was jealous of your calling here. Come, let us sell him to the Israelites and not lay one hand on him. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood. His brothers agreed. They agreed to sacrifice Joseph, not knowing that in the near future they were going to need Joseph. You understand? Because whoever you are with this Joshua energy, leader of faith, you're someone here that is very courageous. Have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous? Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. You're realizing that the Most High is with you wherever you go. You're taking charge. If God sent you there, he's going to make sure you're good. He's going to make sure you're protected. But when you send yourself there or you try to bless yourself, you see how things become chaotic. God reigns on the just as well as the unjust, but he also make it rich without any sorrow. If somebody is giving you something and it's causing more sorrow than help, that's not of God. That's why when some of these people come and this didn't happen in a while, it just happened recently. It ain't happened in a while, but somebody had to come in and test it. But it's like these readers, they'll come, these clients will come to you to get a reading, and they feel like they didn't get what they needed, or they feel used or abused or whatever the fuck their childhood trauma is telling them, and they try to retaliate and get back at you. They were not sent by the divine. They may show up and say, yeah, I sage, I do this, I do that, I pray, I do this, but their action will show you that they don't do none of that shit. Because if you would have prayed and talked to the divine, you would have known that what you were planning on doing, what you premeditated, what your intentions were, you would have known not to do that. Because you're going against your sister, your brother in Christ here. But you didn't view it that way. You viewed it as a challenge, and you needed to get revenge. And how did that work out for you? You may have got what you wanted, but you lost what you had. What should profit a man to gain the whole world, but yet lose your soul? So many people will invest in 3D stuff before they invest in themselves, okay? Or invest in things that's going to grow their soul. At first, I used to be real effed up, like, damn, they not even talking about nothing on their platform. How come they got all these views? They ain't talking about nothing. A bunch of BS. And Spirit says, stop looking at it that way. A lot of people don't want to know what the truth is. They like living in delusion. They like people to tell them what they want to hear so that they can feel justified and they can feel validated in the wrongs that they are doing here. I was like, wow. So now I ain't messed up with it. Whoever needs to see it is going to see it. Whoever needs to subscribe to my channel, they're going to subscribe. And whoever don't, they can leave. We're not begging you to stay. You're very courageous here. You're very courageous. You are ascending. You were here to become your own priestess of light. Celebrate your eternal power in the sacred ceremony that is in your life. Some of you guys could have been going to these churches and you realize when you needed them the most, you paying your tithes, you're paying your offerings, and at the end of the day, now you in a bind. Now the preacher on the pulpit, so you need to be a good steward over your money, and you like, shit, I didn't have no control over the situation that took place. What the fuck do you mean I need to control? That's what I've been doing, or something like that. I didn't know about this spiritual warfare that you guys don't talk about on the pulpit. I didn't know that I was being hexed. I didn't know that somebody was sending a curse. I didn't know that somebody was trying to put me in a jar. I had no idea about that type of warfare. You didn't talk about it. You told me to read, pray, and fast. I did all those things. Come on now. That's why God got me where he got me, not behind everybody like, you need to preach, you evangelists out here. Let me stay out here in the world. I like it better out here. I can be free. I can say what the divine want me to say it and how he want me to say it. Whoever you are, you courageous. You're going to have people that's jealous of you. But that's why you are ascending, rising above. Clairvoyant activation is going on here. Psychic awareness here. Sensitivity, you're sensitive to spirit now. Trust your intuition. You guys are trusting your intuition more. So you could have went to this church and you like, hey, I'm in a bind. I'm in the process of losing my home, da 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 da. And they like, well, we shut down right now. We ain't giving to nobody right now. You like, really? Wow. I really need some help. Do you know anybody else I can go? No, we don't know nobody. So some of you guys, y'all could have took it as, wow, you know, look at these church folks. They this and that and this. Well, it is what it is. You had to figure out ways yourself You had to go within so you don't go without. And you like, Spirit, you're going to have to help me with this situation. I don't know what to do. I went to the church house because I thought that's where I would receive my help. But a lot of you guys realize that your help didn't come from the church. It came from outside. If that makes any sense here. And for some of you guys, you could have had to still move and figure something out with the in-between. But God was with you the whole time. It's something like that going on here. God is revealing himself to you guys here. You're not tripping. You're not tripping. You were set apart for a reason. Darkness makes vision possible. If you did not go through that darkness here, you wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You wouldn't be having this divine intervention. Maya wouldn't be able to weigh your heart scales here. But because you went through this darkness here, you arrived and you made it to the other side. You're now seeing the light. This is beautiful. You said I lost my job before and I got blessed with the church I go to to help me pay my... Okay. Okay. I see what you're saying here. Not everybody's the same. And that's good. That means they were doing what they were supposed to be doing. Don't misconceive what I'm saying here. Don't be caught up in an illusion, babe. But I hear what you're saying. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is that sometimes you can go to these places where you're giving your all to, you slaving, and you don't get nothing out of it. They can't help you. They just want to take from you. And then on top of that, some of them will make it seem like, you know, they're giving to the community. It's like, well, you're not even taking care of home. How you out here giving to the community? So at the end of the day, God is your Jehovah Jireh. Yeah, the 7 of candles here. You are now overcoming these Goliath, these giants that was placed in your life here. Darkness makes vision possible. Once you overcame these giants or whatever this is here, you realize that you were the true magician of your own life, that you were able to, I don't know, separate the sea and walk on dry land here. Yeah, you're the star. You're following your guiding light here, and you're able to celebrate. I already know it's going against the grain, what I'm talking about. But hey, I don't care. It is what it is. I have a relationship with God. I don't do what man tell me to do. I do what the divine tells me to do. And if he's saying do this and speak on this, and that's not an experience for myself. I'm not talking about something I don't know. You understand? I'm talking about experience here. I know what it's like to be on all the prayer team, the choir, to be over being a Sunday school. Like, I know what it's like. And I also know what it's like to experience church hurt. I also know what it's like to heal from church hurt. Everybody's not being called to be in a church house. A lot of people are called to go out into the world. I was riding by the other day and I noticed this one guy, he got some big speakers, he got a tent, and he's speaking. He's talking about the divine here. It's never, on one time I rode by and I seen one person over there. After that, I ain't been seeing nobody over there, but he's still getting the word out. While you're sitting at the light, you're going to hear something about the divine. Even if you got your music up loud, you still going to hear that voice of God here. But he's not behind the pulpit. No, God sent him on that corner with his tent and his big speakers to get the word of God out to the people that need to hear it. Everybody is not on the internet. And as I stated before, God called the old because they know the way, but he also called the youth because we have the energy. Thank you, beloved, for the super chat here. I'm glad it's resonating with you. Is it Candy? Thank you, beloved. Yeah. At the end of the day here, we got 289 people in the building here. They don't want to hit the like button. They just want to sit, listen, criticize. It's like, for what? What are you even here for? Yeah, the 8 of Cups. You need to go. You need to go. What are you here for? You can't copycat this energy. You can't duplicate this energy. We trust in divine timing. Everything comes from within. You can't just sit and try to monitor somebody and think that you're going to go to another platform or on your own platform and duplicate what's being talked about here. You didn't get the download. You're going to be stumbling over your words because it's not your words. The body never lies. I am inherently good. You inherited this good nature. I am beloved. To the I am in good hands. You in good hands here. Because you are the gifted one. This is beautiful. I did not even know how this was going here. But I'm glad it's going this way. Tell me about I am beloved here. Yeah, we got King of Cups here. Rebuilding. They were even still talking about the Ark of the Covenant is somewhere still. Stuff like that, that history, it intrigues me. I'm like, I want to travel over there. Even going to see mummies, like seeing people being mummified. Like, that's amazing to me. I was like, damn, Spirit, do I want to be mummified? But anywho, come let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, and we will no longer be in disgrace here. You guys are now building here. You're tired of being in disgrace about people trying to control your destiny here. If you just now coming in, we talked about the signs here that someone is trying to control your destiny. They want to manipulate the behavior. They want to overstep boundaries. They want you to be in isolation, excessive criticism, okay, constant monitoring you, discouraging independence. You shouldn't be independent. You shouldn't be doing that on your own. Making you feel obligated, okay, offering bad advice to you, emotional reaction here, gaslighting you here, all right? You're recognizing these signs here, and you're moving away from that energy because you're being guided to. Yeah. So you can celebrate the 9 of Cups so that your wishes can come true. So you can move on. Yeah, because you've got people that want you to be stuck. Yeah, but you meant to shine bright. Yeah, Hermit energy here. John the Baptist here. You guys are preparing the way here. You didn't know that this calling was on your life here, but it is. It's been this way since you was in your mother's womb here. You don't want to be like these people denying who the Most High is here. But it's already been prophesied that people are going to deny him. We got the 2 of Feathers. God tests Abraham's faith. You guys are realizing that your faith is going to be tested here. And with the 10 of Candles here, you know that, what is it? Heavy is the one that wear the crown. You know that this is heavy work here. But you don't mind doing it because you know that the Most High is with you. The creator of the creation is with you. You have been called for such a time as this. And with this death energy here, the 4th horseman here, you riding in on this horse here. Whoever you are, you riding in on this horse here. The 4 horsemen here. Wow, Spirit. I looked, and there before me was a pale horse. Its rider was named Death, and Hades was following close behind him. They were giving power over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine, and plague, and by the wild beasts of the earth. The fourth horseman of the apocalypse, as described in the book of Revelation, is a symbol figure representing death and the profound changes that follow in its wake. Accompanied by Hades, the horseman is granted power to bring about death through various means, symbolizing the inevitable and transformative nature of the end times. This character underscores the theme of inevitable changes in the cycle of life and death here. Endings, transformation, transition, letting go, and going through a rebirth here. Acceptance of change and the understanding that endings are necessary for new beginnings. It represents the natural cycle of transformation that leads to renewal and growth. Endings, acknowledging the conclusion of a phase or aspect of life. Transformation, undergoing significant change leading to new perspectives. Transition, moving from one state of being to another, embracing evolution. Letting go, releasing what no longer serves to make way for new growth. Rebirth, the emerge of new opportunities and beginnings after an ending here. There are new opportunities coming in for you guys here. Wow, this is nice. This is real good energy here. You guys are in control of your destiny here. Not your mama, not your daddy, not these followers, not these people you don't know. They're not in control of your destiny. You are. And whenever you recognize them signs that they're trying to manipulate your destiny, the divine begins to move you forward. Wow, I like this. This is my cup of tea here. This is my cup of tea here. So let's see here. Where's these, I don't know where my original deck is. Oh, my back. Hold on, let me see if I can find the original deck that I like. My kids must be making some breakfast down there. Smelling real good. Smell some syrup. Oh yeah. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. Where is it at? Oh, I found it. Thank you, Spirit. Whew. All right, so tell me more. What does this collective need to know here? Yeah, it's time for you. I'm telling you, it's time for you guys to move forward. It's time for you guys to move forward here. The Eight of Wands with the Six of Swords here. It's time for you guys to move forward here. You're going through this resurrection so that you can move forward and ascend and be confident doing it here. Be confident about what you're doing here, beloved. If anybody coming in talking about what you ain't talking about, less than, you know what I'm saying, trying to make you feel less than, they're not for you. Anybody coming into you being your energy, being an energy vampire or being an Indian giver, they're not for you. Causing more problems for you than, than you already had. Yeah, you're the star. The wheel is turning in your favor. You got people that want to come into your life and cause disruption. You're not going for it. You're taking a leap of faith and you're rejecting these offers. You like, I want to do what the Most High want me to do. I'm in a whole new cycle now. I'm balanced. I'm the earth angel here. What's behind that? Yeah, the high priestess. You're connected here. Wow. You're on this journey that's less traveled here. That's why God didn't call the certain ones in your family. He called you. That's why you were the black sheep. Yeah, because you were meant to move forward here. Queen of Cups to the Chariot. We contain the treasure. That's why your siblings want to be in rival with you. That's why they want to steal, kill, and destroy, and they're so jealous of you because you hold something that they don't have. For some of y'all, it's your own mother that gave birth to you that's jealous of you. That wanted to control your destiny. Yeah, you're in this independent energy here. Co-creating with the divine, the sun energy here. Extremely happy, allowing your light to shine here. And whoever this Emperor Four of Pentacles energy here with the Five of Wands here, with this judgment, yeah, they're under judgment because they wanted to control your destiny. They wanted to tell you what you're supposed to be doing here. For some of y'all, this is a father figure. Tell me about I am in services of love here. A lot of these energies, their heart has waxed cold here. People are really cold-hearted out here. They really don't care about the confusion, the conflict, the drama that they're sending into your life here. Yeah, look. They'll take a leap of faith to do this in a minute. Just evil. No love in their heart. And it shows. Whoever these group of people are, that's why you had to call back your power and what is rightfully yours here. At first, I used to be like, oh, I can't miss church for nothing. I got to be there. But I'm like, shit, if I got a bill due and I'm able to come up with the money and do what I need to do, then, I got a relationship. Me not being there ain't going to stop nothing. Whatever God's going to do for me, whatever word I need to receive, I'm going to get it. Because I'm taking care of myself first and my family first. And then everything else outside of that, then I'll interact or do what I need to do. You got to learn how to take care of yourself first. Make sure you're secure, you're stable. Because these energies, they want to be able to talk about you. Oh, look at them. They ain't got nothing. Or they try to misinterpret what God is saying when he say walk by faith and not by sight. He never said that we wouldn't have trials and tribulations, beloved. But he did say he'll never leave us nor forsake us. This is something that you can trust. Yeah, you can't trust this energy. Double on the deception. Literally. Kill, steal, and destroy. They're acting like they're operating in the service of love, but at the end of the day, you can see that it's not. With your mind's eye, it's nothing but deception. Kill, steal, and destroy, and try to get away with it. That's why a lot of these churches are falling down. That's why a lot of them are in regret and in the Nine of Swords here. I ain't saying all. If the shoe fit, wear it. I'm saying that's why a lot of them are on the news and all over social media. And they're being blocked. They juggle the souls here. They were leading people astray. They didn't want them to know, I'm telling you, they didn't want them to know about their star power and how powerful you are as an individual. They didn't want you to have clarity. They didn't want you to know that you are a sacred vessel. Spirituality is about your consciousness, babe. Wow, Spirit. Let me hurry up so I can get out of here. Further up in is further in. So you guys are releasing the past. You're learning how to hold on to your energy. You're realizing how valuable your energy is here. Because you got this Emperor energy here. What they doing? They want to be in competition with you. They want to control your destiny. They want to say, hey, no, the lost books of the Bibles, that's wrong. That they don't know what they're talking about. They're trying to get shmonyan out here. And you're like, no, I resonate with it. You're like, I resonate with the angels. I resonate with Enoch. You understand? I resonate with Mary Magdalene out here. I resonate. I don't resonate with what you're talking about. It's that type of energy here. 5 of Wands. Whoever this Emperor energy here that you release or you're in the process of releasing, you're going through this upgrade. So you got to be gentle with yourself here. This is something new for you guys. This rebirth that you're having, this new perspective, tapping into this Christ consciousness, is new. Whoever this Emperor is here, they want to be in competition. Yeah, look, the devil. I can't make none of this up. 6 of Cups here. Somebody wanted to control and manipulate and give you bad advice about your destiny. Tell me more about this devil. Yeah, the shrimp card. Look at that. You were able to overpower this energy here. You were able to overpower this energy because of your strength by you choosing yourself. It's about you. It's like you had to learn how to stop giving to these energies here, collaborating with these energies here. Literally, 6 of Pentacles in reverse, double. With the 3 of Pentacles in reverse so that you can have a new beginning, love. Wow. Moving on here. Darkness makes vision possible here. Yeah, Queen of Cups, you was carrying a lot of heavy burdens here. Yeah, you got the victory now. 6 of Wands here, literally over the devil. I can't make this up, y'all. You got victory over the devil. Weigh up your options and choose the highest good here. You defeated the devil here. Literally defeated. You got the victory. The devil defeated. You defeated the devil. The first power. You overcame your fear. Divine intervention. You weighed up your options here. And you chose the highest good here. This is some good teaching here, bro. This is some good energy. Wow. And now these people are feeling defeated because you're in the Six of Wands. I can't make it up. These people are now feeling defeated because you're in the Six of Wands. They felt some type of way because you was in the Six of Wands with the devil in reverse. Because you tapped into the first power, you overcame your fear. Wow. Tell me more. Yeah, and look, now you in this Ace of Wands. This is the untold story for some of y'all. You guys are truly a warrior. You're a warrior. And your family don't like it. Because they wanted to control your destiny. They want to tell you, no, you can't move over there, or you shouldn't go there, or you shouldn't do this. But you like, I feel it intuitively. My gut is telling me I need to relocate. I need to move on with my life. I need to get away from y'all. Something is not adding up. I don't even feel like I'm a part of this family. Some of y'all realize, y'all like, man, I don't feel like I'm a part of this family over here. Everybody just crazy. Everybody's dark. Wow. If you have a Passover mother, she is one of your ancestors here. I was telling somebody the other day, I was telling them how, my family did me when my mom passed away. And how, at the end of the day, they may have obtained all of the 3D stuff, you get what I'm saying? But I obtained a double portion of her spirit. That is more valuable than the stuff that's going to deteriorate. Is that making sense here? So they're pissed off because I'm more stable, I'm more grounded, but y'all got the 3D stuff. You got the house, you got the cars, you got the money, you got all of these great things here, but you still not satisfied. But all I wanted from my mommy was a double portion of her spirit. My mother was very sweet when she was in her higher self. When she was in her higher self. Very sweet. Could read and teach like no tomorrow. The anointing that was on her life was so precious and so beautiful. And my mother was very dark-skinned. I get my complexion from my daddy. My mom was very dark, chocolate. Don't even look like she would be my mama. But one thing about mommy, she loved God. God talked with her. He walked with her. She was very intuitive. We call ourselves going out to party. Mommy already knew. Oh, I know you was smoking that weed. We used to get Visine and drip it in our eyes so our eyes won't be red. Mommy look at us. She said, I know you've been smoking that weed. He said, like, Ma, I ain't been smoking no weed. Higher than a kite. Ma, I ain't been smoking no weed. She's like, stop lying. You've been smoking that weed. We would spray that perfume. My mom was an Aquarius. She was on top of it every time. I know you was over there with that boy. What boy? I was at Lisa's house. She was like, you was not at that Lisa house. You was with that boy. He was like, damn, how did she be knowing what's going on? Oh, Spirit. It used to be crazy. I miss my mama, y'all. I miss my mama. I used to call her, have her cracking up. Same way I have y'all cracking up, I call her, have her cracking up. And that would just make my day. Once I relocated, it's like our relationship got better. You understand? It got better. She was like my friend. I would tell her about everything. I was an open book. And she would give me the advice. And that was one of her scriptures. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Okay? Mommy would say, hey, you better pray. No weapon. Like, she would quote that all day long. That's why I love, that's one of my favorites. She used to be like, no, you need to stand up for yourself. You need to go down there and talk to these people or do whatever you need to do. Like my mom would give me that type of advice. And then after I do it, I'll be so happy to call them. I guess what? I talk to the people and and they try to behave like this. And like my mom already knew I was different. And at first I would try to figure out, why do it feel like she loved my older sister more than me? And my older sister out here doing God knows what up under the sun. But it's like mommy knew that I was going to be okay. My sister, she needed a lot of love. To this day, she needs a lot of love. And now mommy's gone. You get what I'm saying? So for a lot of you guys, it's going to get to the point where God is going to call you to be able to reach out to your family. For some of y'all right now, it's not the time because you're still growing. You're still maturing. But it's going to be a time, an hour, where you're going to have to speak to your family members. Hey, what y'all doing out here? You know the way you going. It's that type of energy here. Because whoever you are, you're truly the magician. You said that's your brother. It's like you felt like they don't hear from me, they don't love me, things of that nature. But it's not that, babe. It's just because, honestly, they knew you were going to be okay. So whatever that grudge is that you could have been holding, like, oh my God, my family, let it go. Exactly. We going deep this Saturday, man. Watch out. We got all these eclipses going on. We got all this stuff going on here. We tapping into that deep emotion here. We get into the root of it here. And what it's really all about here. I like it. Yeah, the Knight of Cups to the High Priestess here. You're receiving these downloads here, these offers here, the messages here to help those that are carrying heavy burdens out here. You have been anointed and appointed to do this. Did you ask for this? No. You just went within. Follow your own light. Commune with your ancestors. And they begin to move you to common waters that help you to ground your energy and to see yourself for who you truly are. You control your destiny, not these outsiders. And this is why you guys are moving forward here. Somebody could have Mars and Aries here. You're in your authority. You're happy with yourself. You respect yourself here. You realize you got the world in your hand. The world is your oyster here. And you're taking action. And where is it leading you to? The 10 of Pentacles. This is a lot of souls here. Whoever you are, you don't have blood on your hands. Heaven and rejoicing. I'm here over one soul here. You have ministered and talked to a lot of these souls here with the 10 of Pentacles here. You're very abundant spiritually. I am inheritedly good. You inherited this. And this is why you get to expand in your power, and your wishes are now coming true because you're taking action. You're getting the messages here. You're not letting it fall on a deaf ear. You're not living in any type of illusion, juggling, playing Russian roulette with your soul. You're realizing that spirituality is awakening here, babe. As long as you awaken to what's going on, you're not going to be left behind here. But if you continue to juggle and live in these illusions and fairy tales and myths and whatever, then you're going to be kind of asked out here. So I don't know why Spirit, yeah, justice. The scales are balancing out. I don't know why Spirit had, yeah, the untold story. I can't get it out. The untold story that you need to choose yourself. I don't know why Spirit wanted me to be talking like this on the day, but this is the message, y'all. We're not here for people to control our destiny. We're here for us to control our own destiny here. So those that's trying to control our destiny, you're going to notice that the divine is going to remove those energies out your way. And a lot of times you don't even really have to lift a finger depending on your situation. Before you know it, you're like, wow, I don't talk to so-and-so no more. Oh, I don't, whatever. You be like, I don't even know when I stopped talking to them or whatever. Oh, I don't know when I changed or started doing this or wanting to do that. It's like you will start to see the change within you. It starts on the inside and it comes out. Wow, Spirit. So we appreciate the ones that have went before us and left the messages here that we will be able to get them and act upon them. They say it was over 500 years. Whatever Mary Magdalene wrote was underground. You feel me? It was still some missing pieces to it, but from what they found, it was still powerful, the knowledge that was obtained from it. They didn't want us to know that. But it's the theologians, is that what they're called? It's them. Ain't a problem now. Ain't a problem. Trying to control some shit. But I'm glad for my ancestors, the one that went before me, that left this information for me so I can know what's going on. So do your own research. And granted, it is a lot of weird stuff out here, so you're going to use your discernment, though. Do your own research here. Discover who you truly are as an individual here. You're fearfully and wonderfully made here. You're meant to be the head and not the tail, the lender and not the borrower here. So yeah, really good, nice energy. I don't want to leave. It feels so good. But I'm going to close out this read so I can start, because I got to do this the weekend already. I got to do the elements. I'm like, I just did the elements. It's already Saturday, Friday, Saturday. So we're going to start on the elements here. But I wanted to get this good message out here so you guys will have something to marinate on. But I'm not here for you to agree with me or any of that. You eat the meat and you spit out the bones here. I'm not about to go back and forth with you. Yeah, it says you are protected. You are safe within my bubble of light. You can proceed with confidence. Exactly. You can proceed with confidence here, beloved. You're not meant for it's like you're not meant for everybody to receive you, Open up to your spiritual gifts. Remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth here. You guys' soul is growing here. That's beautiful. Don't give up on love. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. You are one. Okay, your loved ones are safe. Put your creative energy into action and trust in divine purpose. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you are on the path of growth here. It's all about your growth here, beloved. Not what these other energies are talking about or people are trying to do, trying to control your destiny. Okay? Recap here. I appreciate you guys for being here. So recap. Signs someone is trying to control your destiny. Manipulative behavior, overstepping boundaries, isolation, excessive criticism, consistent monitoring, discouraging independence, making you feel obligated, offering bad advice, emotional reaction, and subtle gaslighting. Those are the things you need to pay attention to. Okay? This is what I have for you. See you in the next one. Ashe.